Great day, everyone. Before anything else, let us pray first and feel the presence of the Lord. So, good morning, everyone. Miss Secretary, kindly check first the attendance before we start our class. Okay, very good. There is no absent for today. We are all complete. So, may you please fix the chairs before we start so that we can start good. And what was our last topic? Okay, very good. Thank you, Miss Argesa. So, today we were going to discuss about the poem Annabel Lee by Edgar Allan Poe. Annabel Lee. So, this was the last poem by Edgar Allan Poe. He wrote this before his death in 1849. So, he sold that right to it while he was still alive. So, but it was not published until after his death. So, Annabel Lee is about the beautiful and painful memory. So, the speaker of the poem is remembering his long lost love. So, the Annabel Lee, it was the Annabel Lee. The speaker knew Annabel Lee was many years ago. So, when she was a girl, and they both lived in a kingdom by the sea, even though they were only they were only uh, they were only they were only children. So these two were really seriously in love with each other. So in love that even the angels in the heaven noticed that uh, we're jealous. Maybe that was a bad thing, and because of the because of our speaker blames the angels for killing his girlfriend. Apparently, a wind came down from the clouds, so which made Annabel Lee sick, and then eventually killed her. So when this happened, her um, relatives came and took her away from the speaker and shut her up in a tomb. So our speaker wants us to know that his love for Annabelle Lee wasn't just an teenage crush. So it's a little thing like that isn't going to separate him from Annabel Lee. So not even angels or devils could do that. So he still sees her everywhere. Um, he sees her everywhere in his dreams and in the stars. So in fact, he still loves her so much that he goes and lies down with her tomb every night. So let's proceed to the poem and let me read it first.
Annabel Lee by Edgar Allan Poe. It was many and many years ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. In this maiden, she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child, and she was a child, in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love. I and my Annabel Lee, with a love that a winged seraph of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, and wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabel Lee, so that her high-born kinsmen came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in the sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. the angels not half so happy in heaven when envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know, in this kingdom by the sea. That's the wind came out of a cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea can never deceive my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. From the moon never dreams without bringing me dreams of a beautiful Annabel Lee. And the star never rise, but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And so, all the night tide, I lie down by my side of my darling, my love, and my bride, in her sepulchre, there by the sea, in her tomb by the shouting sea.
So let's proceed first with the first stanza, lines 1 to 6. So, it was many and many years ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. So, this poem begins exactly like a fairy tale, telling us that the story we're about to hear happened many a year ago in a kingdom of by the sea. So these little details are important because the sea and this old kingdom will be big image in the poem. So even more important though is Annabel Lee. She's the little character and she's the reason of the of this poem, why this poem are still exist. So the speaker introduces her in the third line by calling her maiden, so which let us know that she is young, but which also keep up the fairy tale uh, fill off the first few lines. So next is stanza 2, lines 7 to 12. So, I was a child and she was a child in a kingdom by the sea, but we loved with a love that was more than love. And I and my Annabel Lee with the love that the winged seraph of heaven coveted her and me. So in this stanza, the speaker let us know that both he and Annabel Lee were young when this happened. So not teenagers even, but kids. I was a child and she was a child. So this let us know just how rare and special their love was. But it also tips us off that maybe there's something not quite right here. And he repeats the line in the kingdom by the sea. So this reminds us where we are, but also creates the hypnotic repeating effect that the poets love. So So it's the same trick he uses in the next line when he tells us that he and Annabel loved with a love that was more than love. So he wants uh, he wants to let us know that their love was uh, special and intense even though they are were so young. So next is stanza 3, lines 13 to 16. Eh, And this was the reason that long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabel Lee. So here, here's where things really take a turn for the worse. So the speaker blames the terrible turn of events on the angels who coveted him and Annabel. So the jealousy of the angels was the reason why wine came down from a cloud and killed his girlfriend. So actually, the speaker doesn't tell us right away that she dies. Just that the wind was chilling to her. So that's a great word to use because it makes us think of the way you get sick in bad weather. Like how people say you catch cold. Oh, so at the same time, it gives us a first creepy hint of Annabelle's cold, chilled dead body, which is a major theme of this poem. So, line 17 to 20. So that her newborn kinsman came and bore her away from me to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. So then, still without saying that she was dead, the speaker tell us how her kinsman came and took her away from him. So be sure to notice that the word he uses to describe this kinsman, he calls him highborn, which means aristocratic noble. If the speaker himself were highborn, he probably wouldn't think to mention this. He probably think to mention this. Since he does, it give us it give us a little hint of a conflict here, maybe a little. So let's proceed to stanza 4, lines 21 to 26. So the angels not half so happy in heaven, went inveighing her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know in this kingdom by the sea, that the wine came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. So the speaker circles back a little bit and directly blames the angels for killing his girlfriend. He says that he and Annabel were happier on earth than the angels were in heaven, and that made them jealous. So he repeats that he said in line 13, insisting that was the reason why the wind came down and killed Annabel Lee. So the speaker is extra careful to point out that this isn't just his wacky theory, but in fact that everyone who live in the kingdom know that this is a fact. So let's proceed to stanza 5, lines 27 to 33. So but our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. So, that's the stanza 5. So, even if death might seem to be in it, so even the death might seem to be the end of love. Our speaker tell us that isn't the case for him and Annabel, even though they were young. That didn't stop them from loving completely and from knowing what they wanted. So he goes on to say that neither angels in heaven nor or the demons who live under the water can stop their love. Nothing in heaven or hell can dissever his soul and Annabel souls. So the bottom line is that their love is eternal, and that nothing and no one can tear them apart. So let's proceed to stanza 6, lines 34 to 37. So, for the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee, and the stars never rise, but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. So, here's the proof that their love between the speaker and Annabel Lee isn't dead, at least in the mind of the speaker. So notice that this stanza starts with the shift from the past tense into the present tense. So he was telling a story about something that happened long ago. But now he's letting us know what's happening right now. So the description of this current life sound uh, a bit creepy. So whenever the moon shines, he dreams of Annabel Lee. Whenever the stars come out, he feels Annabelle's eyes on him. So this imagery is shared by many of Poe's poem and story. As an application, I would like you to have a 5 minutes dramatization of this poem and count of 1 to 5, and from your group I will give you 10 minutes to prepare, and each group will be graded by the following criteria. So the characterization will be 30 points, content 30 points, delivery 20 points, and overall performance will be 20 points, and that's total of 100 points. So you may start presenting your dramatization. Okay, very good guys. We are all good in dramatizing the poem Annabel Lee by Edgar Allan Poe. So as a generalization, let's answer these questions. Uh, what is the poem Annabel Lee all about? What is the main theme of the poem? Who are the characters in this poem? The poem Annabel Lee is all about the too much happiness and too much love. So, is that too much happiness is harmful to happiness? True love spawns a jealousy that has the potential to destroy love. So, I think that it's very beautiful poem with the lovely imagery and very sweet sounding flow. As your assignment, choose one object you think is the best that can describe love. So, everything's clear? Okay, very good. That's all for today, class. Thank you for listening and God bless.